Last night in Rome, the world of sports witnessed something that wasn't in any playbook. It was a moment that transcended national rivalries and focused entirely on one remarkable woman. What happened at the Stadio Olimpico was supposed to be about rugby, but for a few unforgettable seconds, the entire stadium had its eyes on Princess Anne. This is Monarchy Today, bringing you the royal moments everyone is talking about. The air was thick with tension as Scotland faced Italy in a rain-soaked Six Nations clash. The pitch was slick, the conditions were brutal, and both teams were fighting for every inch of ground. Italy had come out firing, stunning the Scottish defense and taking an early lead. The home crowd roared with belief, while Scotland struggled to find their rhythm in the sodden conditions. Handling errors crept in, and momentum shifted back and forth in a game that was turning into a tense battle of nerves. But then, during an injury stoppage in the second half, the atmosphere suddenly changed. The stadium cameras panned away from the mud-covered players and focused on the stands. There, seated quietly among the spectators, was the Princess Royal. At 75 years old, Princess Anne wasn't drawing attention to herself. She was simply there as a fan, watching the match as she has done for decades. But the moment her image appeared on the giant screen, a ripple moved through the crowd. That ripple turned into applause, and within seconds, it became a thunderous standing ovation. Thousands of fans, Italian and Scottish alike, rose to their feet in a unified display of admiration. If you appreciate royal stories told with depth and heart, subscribe to Monarchy Today and stay with us for the moments that truly matter. The roar echoed around the stadium, and for a brief second, Princess Anne looked genuinely puzzled. She peered around, appearing completely unaware that this massive wave of respect was directed solely at her. It was only when people around her gestured and smiled that she realized what was happening. Her response? A modest, polite smile, the exact kind of quiet dignity we have come to expect from the hardest-working member of the royal family. There was no grand theatrical wave, no seeking of the spotlight, just a simple, humble acknowledgement. And somehow, that made the moment even more powerful. This wasn't a planned ceremony or a rehearsed part of the program. This was spontaneous, raw respect from the heart of the people. Princess Anne has served as the patron of the Scottish Rugby Union for nearly 2 decades, but her connection to the sport goes back much further. Rain or shine, victory or defeat, she is always there. She isn't a distant figure who attends just for the headlines. She genuinely cares about the game, the players, and the fans. That long-standing loyalty is exactly what sparked such a heartfelt reaction in Rome. Even though Scotland would go on to lose the match in a frustrating 18-15 finish, that ovation created a memory that will outlast any scoreline. This wasn't her only appearance this week, as she was also seen supporting Team GB at the Winter Olympics in Milan alongside her husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence. Whether she is in an Olympic arena or a rain-lashed rugby stadium, her presence is steady and reliable. Social media has since been flooded with clips of the Rome Ovation, with fans calling it pure class. At a time when royal news is often filled with noise and speculation, this was a refreshingly human moment. It was a reminder of why Princess Anne continues to command such quiet but deep admiration across generations. The game may have ended in a loss for Scotland, but the story that captured the world was that unscripted moment when a stadium stood united for a royal who never asks for the spotlight, yet always earns it. Monarchy Today, this has been your Royal Sports Spotlight, where the game paused and respect took center stage.